Okay, so let's get straight into it. It's the 1st of March, 2026, Sunday. And when I typically do my market analysis, I go through all my charts, all the assets that I trade, and just get ready for the week ahead. This week is a little bit different in that essentially a war has started, US and Iran and Israel. So it's going to be interesting to see how the markets react on Monday morning. So although I'm going to conduct this weekend analysis like I normally do, the markets might go a little bit haywire on Monday morning. So yeah, we'll just have to play it by ear, but let's just go through the motions anyway. So what I normally do is I run my market report. I extract commitment to traders data and overlay it against my technical analysis. And I come up with a filtered list of assets that I'm interested in for the week. So we've got platinum, crude oil, soybeans, wheat, corn, natural gas and coffee that have made the cut this week. Okay, let's get straight into it. We'll start with platinum. That was at the top of the list. This one looks pretty straightforward. We've got the weekly just about above the 20 moving average, and the daily looks like it's making a bullish push. So I'll be looking for pullbacks on the 4 hour. So we'll keep an eye on this one. This one actually looks quite nice at the minute, especially on the 4 hour. Let's see what oil looks like. I think this one is going to react quite strongly, based on the events happening in Iran at the minute. We'll keep an eye on it. It's set up for longs reasonably well. We've got the weekly above the 20 MA, the daily above the 20 MA, and the 4 hour looks like it's making higher highs and higher lows. Again, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. So natural gas next. We can see it looks a little bit sideways. It has been quite choppy. I'm not sure if this is a chart that I would actually trade. So especially the four ways being as sideways as it is. So we'll see if this one starts trending nicely. I mean, there were some really nice moves on the 4 hour chart, but at the moment it looks really sideways. Soybeans, we're looking for buys on this. Currently a little bit sideways. Look for a pullback and a continuation. Wheat, this looks really nice. I really like the way this one moves. I've got some good trades in the past of wheat. So we'll wait for current price is currently quite extended. So we'll wait for a pullback and then continuations. Corn, again, similar story. Looks a little bit sideways on the daily chart and on the weekly chart. So we'll see if we get some nice push to the upside like we've got in the minute and a pullback and continuations. So all of these commodities look really nice. I got a nice trade off coffee a couple of weeks ago. I think I was in this maybe here or this one here. I can't remember, but I was in a part of this, one of these two, got a nice 3R trade out of that. Currently a little bit sideways on the 4 hour chart. Next on to currencies. So my report has identified that the Australian dollar is quite strong based on technicals, based on commitment traders report, and based on macro data. The Canadian dollar is also the same, still quite strong. Also identified that the Great British Pound currently looks kind of weak based on technicals, commitment of traders data, and macroeconomic data. Yen gets a shout out as well. Yen looks kind of weak at the minute as well. So combine those 3 or 4 currencies and we get some currency pairs that we can play with this week. Australian yen, look for buys, certainly. It's currently a little bit sideways, but we'll look to see if we get a further pullback and a continuation. Let's see what the CAD yen looks like. Yeah, this looks nice. Looks like it's already started its next extension, so we'll wait for a pullback. Swiss yen, that's continued already, so we'll look for a pullback on that one. GBP AUD, GBP being quite weak at the minute, so this is a nice one. Look for currently got a pullback happening, so we'll look to see if we get a nice strong bearish candle for continuation. Up at Euro AD looks similar. Not really. This one looks a little bit sideways at the minute on the 4 hour chart, so we'll wait to see if that gives us some nice structure. And finally, GBP CAD. This has made a beautiful push to the downside, so I'll be waiting for a pullback into the 20 moving average and then a bearish continuation. Yeah, that's a quick summary of the assets that I've got my eyes on. Platinum, crude oil, natural gas, soybeans, wheat, corn, and coffee in terms of commodities. And then we've got a handful of Forex pairs as well that I'll be watching. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this current geopolitical event that's happening, essentially a war that's kicking off in Iran at the minute as we speak, see how that affects the markets on Monday morning. It will probably be a big reaction. So a lot of this analysis might be null and void. We just have to go with it and see where we end up. So probably do another market scan on Tuesday. Finally, what I like to look at is stocks. There's a few sectors that have my interest at the minute. I think there's some shorts to be had in the tech sector. So if I were to look at my screen, I think I already had it set up for tech. Yeah, so I just look at chart view. So this is the S&P 500 stocks in the technology sector that are below the 20 moving average and that have a negative EPS. I look at the chart view and I just look for something that's trending downwards. Of all of these, the only one that really sticks out to me is Qualcomm. That one definitely looks like it's making a big push to the downside. Let's see what the chart looks like. Yeah, so weekly, very bearish, very much under the 20 moving average. The daily looks like it's done a nice push to the downside. It's currently pulling back. I typically enter on the 4 hour or on the daily. If I get a nice tight entry on the 4 hour, I would consider taking this short straight off this chart here, off the daily chart. I might look at that tomorrow. So yeah, Qualcomm looks good for potential shorts. Next is longs on consumer staples. There's a few consumer defensive stocks here in the short list, and Costco and Coca-Cola and Kenvue. Look, all four of these look like they have potential long opportunities on them. So I'll add all four of these onto the watch list. Next, we have finance sector, very much looking short. We've got lower lows and lower highs on the daily chart and on the 4 hour chart. The weekly is very much below the 20 moving average. There's quite a few here. These two look very choppy. This one looks like it's trending nicely downwards. KKR Asset Management, Apollo Global Management looks nice. Definitely add those two. And this one here, Ares Management. The rest of them look a little bit choppy and sideways. So yeah, these three for shorts for sure. Okay, so it looks like we missed a significant push on the 4 hour chart. So we'll be waiting for pullbacks, but that's still nice. There's some nice shorts on a couple of these finance sector stocks. Next is industrial sector. Very much looks like we're looking for long positions here. Industrial sector came up with quite a few options. A lot of these look really nice. So a lot of these have got pullbacks already happened. In this sector, we've got a lot of defense stocks. So with what's going on in the world, there might be some pretty interesting opportunities amongst this group. Next, we have the energy sector longs. So we have EQT, Targa Resources Corporation, Kinder Morgan, Texas Pacific Land Corporation. There's some nice looking charts here. So these four I'll take a closer look at. Two sectors that I trade a lot in, but they are currently moving really nicely, are the building materials sector and the utility sector. Let's just have a very quick look. Basic materials, only one came up. CF Industries Holding. Also utilities. Now here's a bunch of options here for longs. Some of these look really nice. Atmos Energy looks very, very extended at the minute. AEE looks like it's quite extended. Yeah, so a lot of these look really, really extended at the minute. We're waiting for pullbacks on a lot of these. So it might be that we wait another few days, maybe a week or so, for the utility sector to do some kind of pullback, and then we'll try and catch some of these maybe next week. That's it for this week. There's a lot of interesting activity in the markets at the minute, but like I keep saying, with what's going on in the world, I think it's just going to be a case of wait a couple of days, see what the markets look like. I have no doubt that they will react strongly to what's happened this weekend with US, Israel and Iran. See where we are Tuesday. I'm not sure that I'll be looking to put any positions on tomorrow. I'll probably wait till midweek and then go from there. So yeah, that's it for this week. I'll catch you on the next one.